Good evening. Tonight, President Biden is heading home, ending a three-day trip to Europe aimed at bolstering unity among allies against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a major speech in Poland, the president delivered a forceful denunciation of Vladimir Putin. Mr. Biden appeared to call for regime change, although the White House later walked that back. Earlier today, the president met with refugees who have fled the fighting. There, Mr. Biden didn't mince words, calling Putin a, quote, butcher. The president's comments came as Russian missiles hit the western Ukrainian city of Lviv, not far from the border with Poland. CBS News chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes has been traveling with the president and is in Warsaw. Nancy?
Adriana, it was one of the last things President Biden said tonight before leaving Poland. Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power. Well, that sounded to a lot of people like President Biden is now pushing for regime change in Russia. White House officials insisting he didn't mean it that way.
We stand with you, period.
Speaking from Warsaw's royal castle, President Biden called the Ukraine conflict the task of our time, part of a larger fight for freedom.
There's simply no justification or provocation for Russia's choice of war. It's an example of one of the oldest human impulses, using brute force and disinformation to satisfy a craving for absolute power and control.
He also seemed to suggest it was time for the Russians to force their president, Vladimir Putin, out.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
Shortly after the speech, a White House official sought to walk that back, saying the president's point was that Putin cannot be allowed to exercise power over his neighbors or the region. He was not discussing Putin's power in Russia or regime change. More than 2 million Ukrainian refugees have now streamed into Poland, and President Biden met some of them today at Warsaw's soccer stadium. It's been transformed into a refugee processing site where they can go to get food, health care, and enroll their children in school. This woman told Mr. Biden her city has been erased from the face of the earth.
We Ukrainian mothers are ready to strangle him with our bare hands. If we only knew where he was hiding from us.
At the royal castle, we met Yulia Moskovets, whose parents are still stuck in southern Ukraine. I am in a safe city, she said. They can't be here with me. I call my family every day, and every day could be the last time. As bombs continue to fall, Ukraine's foreign minister and defense minister made a rare and risky journey out of their country today in order to meet face-to-face here with the leader of the free world. They also attended his speech, where President Biden warned the West that this war could last a long time.
It will not be easy. There will be cost, but it's a price we have to pay.
Nancy, why was the White House so quick to walk back the president's suggestion that Putin should go?
Because they've been very careful since the start of this conflict to downplay any talk of regime change for fear that it would stoke Putin's paranoia. In fact, already the Russian Federation has come out with a statement saying that it's not up to President Biden who gets to lead the Russian people.
Nancy Cordes in Warsaw, thank you.